Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Miss Montgomery from Three Trails Elementary, and we're going to continue working on multiplying today with decimals. Before we get started, let's go ahead and go over our math joke of the day. Which tool is best suited for math? Multipliers. Remember, if you haven't already checked out our Greg Tang resource, make sure that you're doing that every day, completing a box every day. If you've now finished level 5, go ahead and move on to level 6. So you can pause this video and do that now. And when you're done, come on back so we can get started. Today we're going to do several problems with multiplying decimals. Yesterday you probably remember that we multiplied a whole number by a decimal and our product got smaller because we were multiplying by something that was less than 1. Today we're going to have a combination of things. So you'll notice here we've got a decimal by a decimal. That answer is going to be really small because we've got two really small numbers that we're multiplying, two things that are less than 1. Here we've got two numbers that are both greater than 1, so both of those are going to get bigger. Let's go ahead and try this problem E together, so that way when you're working on your own, you can kind of use that as a reference. So we've got a 3-digit by a 2-digit. We're going to ignore that decimal at first, but we'll add it back in at the end. And we're also multiplying with money. So we can think in terms of this is $2.36. I can think I'm giving $2.36 to 34 people. How much money do I have all together? So to start off, I usually like to ignore that 3 so that I'm just in the ones place. I'm going to go ahead and multiply starting in my ones place with 4 times 6. And again, I'm ignoring that 3 until I get to my second line when I'm multiplying in the tens place. So 4 times 6 is 24. I'm going to carry that 2. 3 times 4 is 12, plus 2 is 14. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 1 is 9. All right, now I've done everything I can in my ones place, so I'm going to just X out that 1, get rid of everything that I've carried, and put an O down here, remember, because now I'm not just multiplying by 3, I'm multiplying by 30. And so because of that, I need to have a 0 placeholder. My class likes to call that X's and O's. I X out everything that I don't need, and I added my O as my placeholder. Now I've got 3 times 6 is 18. Again, carrying that 1. 3 times 3 is 9, plus 1 is 10. Carrying my 1 again. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7. And now I'm ready to add. So adding everything I got in my ones and everything in my tens. Now, it wouldn't make sense for me to say that $2.36 times 34 people equals $8,024. And that's because I started with a decimal. So I have to remember to add that back in. Since we're talking about money, we've got 2 digits after the decimal place. So in my answer, I should have 2 digits in after my decimal place. And because we're talking about money, I can go ahead and add in that dollar sign. So I've got $80.24. Which makes sense because I'm timesing about 40 times about 2, which would be $80. So remember, this 2 is like having 2 dimes, and this 4 is like having 4 pennies. I'm going to go ahead and get your work up that you're going to be doing today on your own. Okay, so here's a good time to pause your video and try all those problems on your own. Really keep in mind what makes sense with your answer. Should your answer be getting bigger or should your answer be getting smaller? And once you're finished, you can have your parents check, and we will be back here tomorrow to continue one more day of working on multiplying decimals.